Okay, Heather. I was going over Crazy Train's video again. It's not the full in-depth thing, but I see you were talking about spa service. So you and your kids used to get spa service, but at the same time, because you're so glossy-eyed, ignorant, and stupid, you don't realize in the same video that you said you were getting a two-bedroom apartment at less than market value. You said, quote unquote, you weren't even paying full price. So at the same time, you said you had, I think the proper term is disposable income, but I think you said expendable income. All right, so I guess you can't make a reference between the fact that you were not paying market value and that you had somehow you then had expendable income, quote unquote, right? So at least connect the dots. And more so, as I have to underline and highlight this fact again, the only reason why you were not paying market value is because you were living up underneath another man and his parents. So my question off the dovetail of that is, outside of when you were a young girl, a young woman, 17, 18 years old, and even then you had roommates, when have you ever lived on your own or without a man providing most of the billfold, right? So this includes Ed Schultz, the other dude at the casino who you go see while Ed Schultz was paying for your apartment, the dude in Florida who done kicked you out of the motel. So when have you really ever in your life provided for yourself, since you say, you know what I'm saying, since you say, well, 10 years at Northwestern and I have all these degrees and whatnot, why is it that you, as a 37-year-old American-born white woman, privileged, because you want to use that term in this video too, you want to use the term privileged, I'm just trying to figure out, you have all the things working for you, the dainty white girl status, but somehow you cannot provide for yourself. So it's either you are an independent woman or you someone who cannot live without a man paying for every damn thing. What else you say? Allow myself to be sexually assaulted. And I made a comment, I think, in Crazy Train's video about this. So basically what you're saying is, as long as you lay down and let men sexually assault you, then you'll have a place to stay, which in itself is a tell, right? All you gotta do is just pick apart that statement and use common sense. So I guess that's why them dudes kicked you out, because in Florida and Ed Schultz and the other dude who cussed you off in the recent emails because you were hitting the dude up asking him for help, and he called you a stupid C word and told you to fuck off and all this jazz, is because you stopped putting out, right? And I guess that's the only way you can get what you want with men. And here let's go ahead and dovetail off that real quick. When have you really ever lived with women, right? Can you live with a heterosexual woman and get over it like you do on these old men? Probably no, because you, Heather, cannot hold your own weight when it comes to Amy, when it comes to Cora, when it comes to all them other women that you named the other day, most of which will or already have been contacted by Crazy Train and others like myself. You know what I'm saying? You cannot really sustain a life with a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying in a romantic way or anything. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm suggesting is, outside of much older men who you use your body as a bartering chip, you cannot do that in the same fashion with a heterosexual woman your age, older or younger, i.e. Amy, who you have to, in order to get funds off of her, you have to hustle her out of her personal information, open up a credit card and all this jazz up in her name, right? And the car lease and all that jazz, or the financing, I should say. What else? What you say? Oh yeah, right now you got 6 roommates. Yeah. So you got 6 roommates, six women. So what is that? Yeah, what, 4 bunks, right? So there's four bunks. So I guess there's one. I don't know. I guess someone got their own top bunk to themselves. But yeah, we seen the bunk bed, and you're on the bottom, right? So that means you're getting punked around, cause, and it serves you right, cause you can't get a top bunk. If that person pissed the bed, you getting dripped on. Yeah, weren't you supposed to get a luxury condo on the Gold Coast? Yeah, it was, what you say? Yeah, that Xavier's dad was going to get you. Let me get the quote right. You were supposed to get a luxury condo or luxury apartment on the Gold Coast with a gym membership And I think you had mentioned getting your Cadillac and your kids all up in that place, right? And you also said that these women are, what did you say? Emotionally unevolved. That's very rich of you to call anybody else emotionally unevolved, Heather. And I want to dovetail off that real quick because a couple weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, in a Mama Bear video, I'd made a comment. Yeah, because you had said you'll take a studio apartment as long as you get all four of your kids back. It'll be you, Xavier, and four kids in the studio apartment. Now, mind you, I'm not too sure if I wrote this down, but I definitely thought of it. How you gonna have a studio apartment and have six people in there, including an 11-year-old girl with Xavier, who's already exposed himself to the whole world? You know what I'm saying? Aside from you dragging this dude to where them kids stay, where the father does not want this strange dude come around his house looking for his kids. You know what I'm saying? In certain states, I ain't gonna say it, but all I say is pew pew, right? Like some strange dude who is prone to sexual assault and just all types of lewd conduct. You come around my place, pew pew, right? So Orlando, Luis Sanchez, y'all got my blessing, man. Do what you gotta do. This dude come around your house looking for your kids, right? Especially them little girls. But Heather, yeah, you were willing to put your daughters at risk. And what you say, you put up a sheet to separate the rooms. And again, look what the stuff that Xavier has put on the internet. So what you think he gonna do if you get access to two little girls, especially if you ain't even there, Heather? What else you say? I can't even read my notes. I say you can't stand up. What I say? Either way, oh yeah, you try to say, oh yeah, I'm a lactating mother. Why does the world treat me like this? I shouldn't be treated like this. But at the same time, Heather, women want equality, right? So you're going to get held to the same standard as a man, and as you should be. If a man's a failure for not taking care of his kids, then what the hell are you? What the hell are you? You failed. You failed in taking care of your kids. You've had 4 bites at the apple, and you fumble it all the time. Every chance you get, right? So at the same time, I think you should be held to the same standard. I think Lewis and Orlando should put you on child support, and you should be held accountable, be held in arrears, and then put in jail. You shouldn't have a license. You shouldn't be able to collect anything from the government. Your $40 a month should be back charged and put to them kids. At the same time, Vivian, she trying to go to college. I think you said cosmetology school, and you can't even put $1 on that. You say, but at the same time, you go to Starbucks. Your daughter about to go to cosmetology school or college, what have you, right? And you can't put $1 towards it, but you got all the time in the world to be at Ulta, to get high-end shampoo, to get makeup. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you've had 18 years to save up for this little girl. And what have you done? Nothing. 11 years you've had, and 16 years for Lewis. And at the same time, you have nothing to show for it, but you got all these material shit. You're a horrible mother. Let me see if I can read my notes. All I'm saying is probably when I get home later tonight, yeah, when I get home later tonight, I'm going to go through all my notes, and I'm going to make sure I get a detailed video on you, Heather. You're a damn disgrace, and you need to know it. You need a job. Join the National Guard, join the Navy, do something. Right? At the same time, what type of example are you showing your daughters? Right? That a woman is supposed to lay down in order to get what she wants in life, as opposed to work for and earn it. Compare yourself to immigrant women, whether it be from El Salvador, Honduras, Bogota, Colombia, you know what I'm saying, Peru, Costa Rica, and they walk here, and you complain about what happened to walk because you want, and you think you are owed a bus pass, and you even have the damn nerve to say I'm owed a check. The fathers of them children are owed a check because they've been doing it by them damn self. It's supposed to be the mother and the father, not just the father and the grandparents. You have failed. You have failed your responsibility to your children, and you need to be reminded. But you can't take criticism. You have no business being a parent, and you should be paying taxes to the damn city for all the city work that has to be put into your kids. Municipal government work that got to be put into your kids because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do as a mother. You're damn disgrace. You honestly, Heather, you should be held to the same standard as a failed father. No license, no government assistance, nothing, no passport, nothing.